It's going. They're both going. So, all right. Okay, this is my first attempt at this, so we're going to try this. We're going to play, these are some videos from this past year, 2023. This was nighttime from a parking lot that I frequent. And that's kind of a shot up through town on 41. Beautiful night that night. It had rained earlier in the evening, so that's why everything looks kind of wettish. So, but cleared off nice, and that's the first video. Here's the second one. This is at McDonald's. Actually, not at McDonald's. We're looking at the McDonald's sign, but you can see a few of the motels there. This is the there's new motels in there, so I'm not really sure which one that is. Third one of that same night. Looking at what we call Restaurant Row down through there. There's Dunkin' Donuts, Bojangles, Arby's, Captain D's, KFC, kind of like Restaurant Row down through there. But you see flashing on the bottom, here's the car wash. It's a pretty fancy car wash. It's a little high dollar, I think, but very popular. A lot of people go in there and use it. McDonald's is on the left there. And like I said, this was at night, so you're looking at night lighting here. A lot of the businesses are closed. You know, see which other ones I've got here. These are some of these are kind of duplicates, I think. Yeah, there's a different one there. That's looking like toward Walmart. I'm going to try something a little different here, though. I am going to change the settings on and see if I can get a little bit better, because these videos are in 4K. So there's no sense in me broadcasting in 1080 when the videos are in 4K. Maybe I can at least try to get it up to 1440 or something. Zooming in on, that's a I-24 there. Some semis, one coming off, one going by, one sitting on the on-ramp. Looking at the gas station there on the right. and one on the left. Liquor store on the left there. On the right is also on the other side of the gas station is a couple other restaurants there. I'm not really sure. I think one's Taco Bell, first one, and then the one clear in the back on the right there is the I'm not sure, that's a new restaurant that moved in there. But Walmart clear over there on the right on the other side of the interstate on the right. That's Walmart. It's a super Walmart. The left side is Starbucks and another gas station on down. There's a couple motels in there and a lot of really nice motels. A couple kind of sleaze bag motels too. Like I said, I know some of these are duplicates, but some of them are not. I think this is the last one I have here, but some of these are ones you've already seen. So, all right, let's go to that was back in actually January 30th past year. So let me see what else we got here. Now this is February 18th. This was a top-down view of the creek that's not far from my house here, looking down on the trees and the creek that goes down through the middle there. There's actually a couple creeks that join together in there. Not right here, but on down below a little bit there. There's a couple creeks that join together. I don't have the names of them right handy with me. One is Taylor Branch, and I can't remember what the name of the other one is. I think it joins in with Wolf Creek. And again, this was February 18th, 2023. So the neighbors out back were burning leaves or something there. There's some Latinos that have that place that's kind of in that woods, and they're sort of like right in behind our house. And that's the old airstrip right there. There used to be wasn't an airport, but it was where they could take off ultralights, and the guy had sold it, so it's no longer an airport. And this is a shot from way down the road looking toward where my mom lives. I just took videos of everything. It's just, trying to learn the drone back then. And there I'm zooming out. Trying to learn the drone and just videoing everything. The thing takes beautiful video, 4K video. You can do 30 frames or 60 frames. It's a DJI Mini 3 Pro. I apologize for no sound, but there is no sound on drones. All you'd hear is the motors spinning. This is across. There's a big field down on right across the road from us, and it's part of the sod farm. And there's some houses over there on that road. The big beautiful field right there. That's where they'll take sod out of that. And it's all sodded now, but see, I think this was just another one here. Yeah, there's in there where I live. All right, let's go on to the next one here. This is February 21st. Um, I think some of these were just random shots of the sky. Oh, this was interesting here. I tried the FPV mode. You'll see how it looks like you're flying in an airplane. And it was pretty cool. It's different, interesting and different. But I wanted to try it. It has that capability of doing that. And interesting. Okay. Let's see. February 23rd. Now that was just another place in where I live. Okay. February 26th. Now this is up here at a pond that I go to that's on the sod farm. I have permission to go up there and fly. And so I go up there every now and then and fly. Now, what's really cool about this is you'll see here in a minute, well, there was 3 trees there on the top left there. One of them got taken out by a windstorm. And of course, it's flopped over into the pond. And but the other 2 are still standing. And who knows for how long. This is a beautiful pond. They use this just for irrigation, watering the sod, you know. There's a whole lot left on that one. Okay, this is February 28th. And mind you, the grass is starting to, show a little green now. This is in, gosh, I can't remember. This is not Tillman Hollow, but it's one of the hollows that I go to up on 41. You're going toward Murfreesboro, and there's a lot of beautiful homes that are up on these hills. And I wanted you to just to kind of see all the different places that I go. There's a big, beautiful home right there. And look at the long driveways that these people have. I mean, it's unbelievable how long that driveway is. Gosh, it must be like a quarter of a mile long, all the way up around and clear up and around behind so he can get to his house. The houses that are on some of these hills are, I mean, gosh, I couldn't imagine the beautiful views that they have. You know, you're looking at some amazing Tennessee hills right there. It's just I've been over them, some of them now, with an airplane, a real airplane. We flew over about 4,600 feet, something like that, and it looks amazing from the air. You don't see all them little hills, you know. It's pretty cool. And I know the whole thing with flying a drone is you're not really to show where you are, okay? But in these here beings, I'm just doing this as random videos, showing you what some of the things I've done in 2023. You're probably going to see where I park, where I am, or might see me standing. You might be, there I am down in about in the middle on toward the bottom there in a little black dot. Okay. This is just another one here, kind of like of the same, but it's on the other side of the road. All the hills that are up in here. That's kind of looking north right there. You're looking toward some of the high mountains way up there in the back. That's like toward McMinnville. The, a deer stand down there. Somebody hunts in there. That's a crappy one. Let's see what's this one here. Okay, that's another one of the pond that I go to. This one here was kind of cool. It was like of the sun, the way the clouds are and everything. So you could see come out pretty good. That drone has a really good capability of like filtering itself. I do have filters for it. I may have had one on there. I'm not really sure. Okay, on to the next day. Let's see. We got okay. This is March 4th. Now they did a control burn over at our RC club. They do this every year to burn off the weeds so they don't get wild and and boy, I'll tell you, when they lit that, man, it went fast. I could not believe how fast it went. There was about, I don't know, about 10 guys, maybe a little bit more, maybe about 12 guys that went out there and they went around and just torched it. You can see them going down along the edge here on the left on the bottom, and the guy's going down along the edge of that ditch. There's a ditch in there, and he lights all that, and they just let it burn till it burns itself out. And man, I'm going to tell you what, I've never seen dead grass like that go so fast. It really burned up quick. There's the AEDC golf course over there on the far right. You're looking toward the AEDC Air Force Base. We lease off of them. It's about 25 or 26 acres here that we lease for our club, for the Radio Control Club, of which I am the president of, the Coffee Airfoilers. It was an interesting day, though. A lot of smoke. You see them there on four-wheelers over there, which I thought was kind of really odd that they would actually be out there with four-wheelers. Because, gosh, what if they got one of them cornered or something? It wind up burning up or something. But I guess they stayed far enough away from everything. But it was pretty awesome to watch. Took them about, I think about an hour or so. About an hour, and they had that whole field, probably about, I don't know, I'd say close to another 24, 25 acres they burn off in probably about an hour. See, he's going down along here and just lighting that right along the edge. I got to find out. I think they'll be having that again this year, I'm sure. So, and like I said, this was March 4th. Yeah, March 4th. Um, okay. You can see how fast that goes, man. It was really amazing. You know, it kind of goes fast. And there were some guys out there from the club that were watching, uh, including myself. And a lot of these guys are in fire suits. They are, well prepared to fight fire, But they do this every year in certain areas. And it's to prevent a possible forest fire, of some type. It's what the base does. He even burned a little bit of our grass too. That's okay. It's no big deal. It grew back. This was Nick out there actually getting ready with some of his giant scale planes to anyhow. That's he was getting ready to fly his giant scales, getting them ready. These are just some more shots of the controlled burn. This is after they were all done. They were all standing down there by the road off to the left, and just kind of keeping an eye on some hot spots. But it's amazing how, like I said, it was like an hour, and they had that whole field burn off. Really something to watch. The here. Okay, this here was I went into town. I think it was obviously that day. Went into town and I wanted to film this huge flag that they have flying here. It's just beautiful, to see that giant flag flying. Another one here. This is a hyperlapse one I did that I'd never really tried it before, but I wanted to try it, so it came out pretty good. Okay, this this where I'm at right here is where they just got done building a brand new Chick-fil-A in that parking lot right below you. You see, but that's looking at the Toyota dealer right there, Walmart in the background, of course. Um, that truck plaza where the giant flag is. This is John Roberts' Nissan right across the road from us, coming over to the right. Yeah, that's Roberts' Nissan. That's all I got for that one. Now let's see, go on to. Okay, this was something that I got into that I really wanted to check out. This is a brand new that they just put in. They're it's Woodall Granary. It's where they store grain and stuff, and it's huge. I mean, that picture does it no justice. It's that big one that they put up there. Oh my gosh, they spent like over a month putting that thing up. It was amazing to watch them, you know. And I didn't go by that often, but that's up 55 a little ways. But just to see it progress, it was just amazing. This was an empty lot at one time, and this is all cleared. These they started putting these in, and it's gosh, I can't. You just can't imagine how big it is. You could probably play basketball inside that big one, a full basketball court. That's how big it is. And again, like I said, I apologize for no sound, but because everybody's so crazy about the copyright, I just didn't add any music to this or anything. It's a live stream. Um, I didn't want to have to fool around with putting music up on it or anything, so I just figured I'd just leave it like it is right now and with no sound. Just me talking, if you can put up with my voice. And then, let's see, this is another one here, kind of like from the backside coming forward. It's a huge place. I mean, like I said, the video really does it no justice. You know, I mean, if you compare it to cars going by, it kind of gives you an idea of how there's a car going by, how huge those are. That big one is. It's just simply amazing. Yeah, like I said, you could play a full basketball court in there. Right now, I'm not sure what this. Okay, this is across the road from my place. That's Sod Farm back in there, and you're looking at our water tower, and you're looking toward the mountain, which is Mont Eagle. Not right there, but on over. That's the Hillsboro right there, where you see that first hill, and then I'm turning. That's kind of aimed about almost east right there. Looking at the mountain range, and then I'm turning more north, about northeast right there. And the mountain ranges end there. Okay, now as I turn more to the left here, then you're getting up into the Cumberland mountain range where you're heading toward McMinnville. That's about due north. And there's those big grain bins up there. If you can see them, that's how far they are from my house. There, I'm zooming in on them. You can see it. Yeah, that was a beautiful day back. That was March 5th. As you can see, the grass starting to get a little greener. I can't wait till the spring so I can start getting some of the places that I've went. I really would like to do them in, in the spring when the buds are coming on the trees. As you can see, some of these trees are already budding here, and this is January now, so we're not that far away. In 2 more months, we'll be already looking at it. Grass is greening. Cool. Let's see. Okay, that was that. And let's see, this is okay, this is George Dickel Distillery over in Tullahoma. I had gotten permission to fly over there. Now, I was in the range of, well, I don't know. They just told me, they said, just don't go across the road. So I didn't. I stayed on this side of the road. I was actually in their parking lot. And you can see their pond over there where they get their water from. And there is some storage buildings. I didn't go high enough. I didn't want to go too high, but there is some storage buildings over there that you can't really see until if you go up high enough. I seen them from the air when I flew over in the airplane. That's George Dickel Distillery, where they make corn. It's actually sour mash whiskey, I do believe, or whiskey. I'll just leave it at whiskey. I'm not sure exactly what kind. Not like Jack Daniels. Jack Daniels, they make the sour mash plus the regular bourbon whiskey. And okay, this is in town where I like to fly, where the old Bilo parking lot, and that's a new housing development they're putting in. Kind of looking over that. You'll be able to see 41 here in a minute as I go around to the right here more. Some new houses they just built here in the last year. Some of them are sold off, I believe, already, and some of them haven't been sold yet. But there's a all brand new housing row right there in front. That's looking at the creek down in there. Gosh, I can't remember the name of that creek now. It joins down in there with Little Duck Creek. There's Little Duck Creek, Little Duck River, and then it all flows into Duck River, which flows into Normandy Dam, and then out the other end comes Duck River again. So, but they're just little creeks down in there. Let's see. Okay, those are the houses again. That's looking uh, up toward town. That's the actual video I made. Okay. All right. Now let's see. What's this? Okay, this was here. I made a trip to the caverns, which are not that far from me. Gosh, I think like 16 miles or something from here. But they have a music venue, or there's a stage there. They have one there, but just to the right of that, there's a pathway that goes down into the cave where they have they have music concerts down in that cave. It is so awesome. I got to go down in there. I don't know if I don't think I have any pictures with this set, but this was the first time I went out there, then I went out again. Now, I was sitting in this parking lot up here to the right. These parking lots are like in stages. They go up, and then there's a level spot, and then they're up again, and then another level spot. It's actually kind of cool the way they got that. So, but you're looking at some of the mountain range there and there is they have tours there. Gosh, I can't remember how much. It wasn't that expensive. But they take you back in the one there. The cave is like back in about a mile. So it's actually a long ways back in there. There's another one here that I took. Like I said, I'm trying this here to see what I can do by getting some live streams up on there. And I figured this would be a good way to kind of showcase some places that I've been and things that I've videoed in 2023. And I hope everybody enjoys them. This, I think, right here was by far the most, how I want to put that. I was so excited about this. And when I asked permission, they were like, yeah, no problem. And I was like, I couldn't believe it. I was blown away. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, man. I was so excited. So excited. Now, these fields over to the left here is where people can camp. You can go up there for the whole weekend. Go up on a Friday. The concert may be on a Friday night or a Saturday night or something. You can camp. I don't know how much it is, but you can just Google the caverns, and I'm sure there's a place where you can find out the cost of camping there and things like that. I don't know where that roadway went up in there. I don't know. Maybe there's a house up in there or what. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I was trying to fly up there to see if I could see what was up there. But now you get a chance to see the fields here where the rows where they can, people can drive up through there and then they pitch a tent and camp. There's bathrooms there, porta potties. And you can actually rent. They have cabins over there you can rent. You can see them, or there's 5 of them. 5 cabins you can rent. I'm sure those get booked out real quick. They're really nice. They're like a giant glorified shed, sort of, but they're really nice. They're decked out nice. I believe they're not affiliated with the caverns. They're like somebody private. Now there's the store itself right there at the bottom. That's the store where you go in and check in and buy your tickets or whatever. You can buy them there, but mainly you buy your tickets online. You can see me parked in the middle there in the parking lot. All right. Let's see, it's probably the same as, yeah. That's the outdoor stage there. It's pretty awesome. I really want to go to a concert there. There you can see the levels of the parking lots. There's one up on top right there. The These are just of the like parking lot sort of. Um, all right, this is when I was down there. Now this is the entrance to the cavern. I couldn't obviously go into the caverns with the drone, but because it runs off of GPS, and obviously if you went into the cave, it wouldn't you would lose GPS. But you can see the lights that are inside there and everything. They actually have restrooms in there. There's a bar. I mean, they have everything that's back in there. I don't know how the capacity, how many people that they can put in there. I'm gonna say maybe 300, maybe, because once you get way back in there, it's pretty big. And this is not the one that goes a mile and a half back in or a mile back in. This is just the music cave. The touring cave is down on the other side of this. It goes back in about a mile. I have yet to go on that yet. There you kind of get a little bit of a glimpse back in there a little bit. It's like 67 degrees year round down in there. That's what they told me anyhow. bathrooms, merchandise, and concessions back in the cave. And it's nice too. I mean, it's not, they're not porta potty bathrooms. They're actually really nice. They have journals and toilets and everything. Now this is the outside stage here that they, I guess it was just last year, a couple of years ago, they had this stage put in. And they do have outdoor venues because they can get a lot more people there, obviously. But I really enjoyed doing this. This was kind of one of my pet peeves right here. That's the access road coming in. So that was me standing down there talking to the guide that took me down that far, because you're not allowed to go in there by yourself. And there's a building they sell, I guess, sodas and stuff like that there. All right. Now that was March 15th. Now March 20th, I went to a place in oh, in Cowan, Tennessee. All right. There is a old Quaker State gas station there that they have, they keep it in immaculate shape. There's old cars inside the doors there, the old gas pumps out front, and they take extremely good care of it. And Texaco, I'm sorry, I thought it was Quaker State. It's Texaco, the old sign. And I got permission from from the mayor. And he was like, "Oh yeah, by all means, yeah, go for it." So really nice. There you can see me off to the right with the truck. But now there's a railroad museum here, and I think I got some video of that here coming up too. Yeah, I do. Uh, the railroad museum. Now this is the railroad that goes through the Cowan Tunnel. Now you can Google that. That tunnel was heavily protected in World War II, I believe. They needed it to transport ammunition through it goes through it's like 2,200 feet through the mountain over there, and it comes out on the other side. And that's on the other side. It's kind of like on the downhill slope going toward Chattanooga, sort of. But that Cowan Tunnel was very, very heavily protected. It was guarded day and night because they didn't, they could not afford to lose that tunnel. If it would have got dynamited or something, and blown up, it would have not been good. There's the gas pumps and the sign there. Now that sign has been redone. It's electronic, and they put up, ads on it and stuff. But it's really a pretty awesome place. I enjoy the people are so nice over there. That's a little ways from me. It's about like 35, 38 miles from me, somewhere along in there. I don't know. I think I did check it one time. Well, thank you for the like. I appreciate that. Well, I know it's a new channel and everything, but got a lot of videos up on the YouTube end of it. I'm trying to do some live streaming on the Twitch end of it, which I'm streaming on both right now, to try to get more people over there so I can upload videos to the Twitch one, because I can't right now. You have to have a certain amount of followers. Leonard Brown. I don't know if that was the owner of it, but you'll be able to see the old cars inside. They have mannequins in there that are like they're working on the cars, which is really cool. You should be able to see them here in a second. The old air pump outside, some of you may remember the old air pumps outside. You turned it up to whatever you wanted. There's the old cars inside an old truck. I guess you can't see the mannequins, but there's mannequins in there, trust me. And it looks like they're working on the cars. Yeah, it's kind of a cool idea the way they got that set up like that. And this is like a little outside place where you can sit, which I thought was kind of cool. Maybe that'd be a nice place for like a little luncheonette in there or something. Maybe that's what they had planned, or maybe they did have it at one time. I don't know. Oh, there you can see a mannequin inside. Kind of over to the left there. I don't know. Maybe you can't. You see my reflection in there, but there's a mannequin right there. Pretty cool. There's my truck. And here's the Railroad Museum. That's kind of kitty corner across the street there from where I was just at there. So this is the Railroad Museum at Cowan, and this is right along the railroad track. Actually, where my drone is right now is about right above the actual railroad tracks that goes through there, and that's the one that goes through the Cowan Tunnel. But it was interesting to see some of these old engines. I mean, look at the old engine there. How tiny that is compared to some of the engines that are today. It's awesome. And this one here, I just kind of took a picture of there you can see the tracks, but this was I think it might have just been a radio tower maybe a communication radio tower for the railroad or something. It's not a cell phone tower, but I went up that just to see up to the tip top. I forget how many feet it was. Now, if you look to the left, you'll see an engine on the track. These are the what do they call them? The side tracks or sidings, I guess. Yeah, they're sidings, rail siding. And that engine that's sitting there is actually one that when a train comes through, he will get behind them and push them through. They need help sometimes going through the tunnel, up the mountain and through the tunnel. He will go push them through, or he'll go down to the other side, okay, and help push them up the mountain coming this way. So it's actually kind of an interesting thing to watch. You'll see the train slow down so he can pull out there, and because they got to run all the switches and everything, and get him onto the back end of that train, and he'll push. So pretty cool and interesting thing there. I think I got one more here. What that is. That is. I'll have to look at it for a minute here to study it. I'm not sure what it is. Obviously on a hillside or something. don't know where that is. Wow. It goes to, oh, Spring Hollow. I'm not sure where that Spring Hollow is. That's the train. Okay. So, all right. Now, let's see. We go to February 26th. I think this was, okay, this is across the road from my place. I was checking the leaves out on my roof. Let's see. What's this one? Oh yeah, that was the creek. That's Wolf Creek down and behind our place. I was saying Taylor Branch and Wolf Creek run together. Okay. And, all right, then we go to March 29th. I think I went back to Cowan, and this is again the Railroad Museum here. I think I've been to Cowan like 4 times. It's just an awesome place to go. And, you know, like I said, the people are so nice. The kids usually you can climb up on these and walk around on them and check them out, see what all. But I didn't go inside the museum to see. There is some stuff in there. I guess it tells a lot about the railroad. I should do that one of these days so I know a little more about it. Be kind of interesting to do, huh? Be one of the old cabooses. To and from Dixieland. I like it. Now they have their festival in the September, which I was there and droned a bunch, and you'll see that later on. Uh, like I said, we're only in March, but September I went out there and droned their festival, and that was really interesting. You got some fireworks, and man, they had music going. It was amazing. I had such a wonderful time. It was 2 days. I went, let's see, Saturday and Sunday, but I actually went over there Friday night. Friday night and Saturday night I went over there. Sunday there wasn't a whole lot going on. A lot of people were leaving and stuff. Okay, let's see here. It's got, okay, there's a shot of the railroad tracks again. Now, just a little piece of information here. When I went in September, you see the building on the right here. That's called Monterey Station. It's like a giant banquet hall, huge inside. And it's an older building, but it's in good shape. And you'll see up on the top there, that row of windows, there's like a little building back there with like a chimney. Okay, I come out that door. I had to climb up a ladder and come out that door, and I walked up on the roof, and that's where I did a lot of my droning from up on the roof. And that was in September, which you'll see that later. This is the railroad tracks where it goes through town, and it'll go up the hill and through the Cowan Tunnel. Turned and I went the other way, looking up the other way, and you'll get, I'm standing right there. Like I said, a lot of these you'll see me standing in the shots. I know you're not supposed to do that, but oh well. Okay, there you go. We're looking up the mountain, and it goes clear up through there along that This is like a big gravel pit thing over here, I guess. But it goes clear up through them trees up there and kind of bears off to the left, and the tunnel's kind of over to the left a little bit. A little bit, not very far. Amazing little town, though. Just amazing little town. I really enjoy going there and stopping in and saying hello. Just great people. I made some super great friends out there. One of my next trips is going to be to figure out how to get, I want to get to that Cowan Tunnel. They were building all brand new houses back there. They go back that road. Those are all brand new houses. Now there's a place here I was going to pause. If you look straight ahead, it's up on that hill. Okay, I'm going to go just a little further. Okay, right dead center, way up on the hill, you'll see a blip up there. It's kind of something sticking up above the trees. That is the Templeton Library. And later, you'll see it when I actually videoed from there down to Cowan. Okay, and clear over to the left is the Swanee Cross. You can't, or you can see the line coming down through the trees there, where the electric lines come down through, and just to the left of that, there's a huge, big white cross right in there, and there's a lot of trails through all these mountains. The Trail of Tears, the Indian Trail of Tears, goes through there, and it actually comes right into Cowan. I'm learning a lot about the history of the area and stuff and all this, and it's interesting to me, very interesting. Well, I don't want to keep boring you with more of the railroad pictures, so we'll move on to another one here. Probably do this one and then call it. I'll call it for the day here. This is, like I said, this is just an experiment. I wanted to see how it was going to go. Okay, this is that. All right, this is of our water tower over here. It was kind of a misty day. If you're looking way off in the back there, kind of a misty day. And you can see the crows or vultures. I think they're vultures sitting there on the railing. Hillsville Utility District. And this is actually April 8th. This was like a month later. You can see how much more the grass is getting greener. The sod farm grass is starting to get a little green. That's Bermuda grass. So, that stuff, fall of the year, it's the first grass to turn brown. So it's definitely starting to get greener. All right. Let's see what we got next here. Wife mowing. um, okay, this was a lake that I had been trying to figure out how to get to. It's Womack Lake. And I had flew from another part of the sod farm. They're actually kind of looking toward my place. I'm way over into the distance over there, but I flew across the road over to this lake, and that is zoomed in. So just in case you're wondering, it is a nice little lake, private lake, and you can't get close to it at all. That's about as close as you can get to it. Like I said, I was zoomed in. One of these days I'll figure out a way to get a little closer to it. There's our water tower off into the distance there. These are the Cumberland Mountains up ahead, and we're turning here, and we're heading toward. This is like heading toward almost toward McMinnville right here. Yeah, it's 55 that goes straight up, and that goes right into McMinnville. So those are the Cumberland Mountains over there. You got the Cumberland Cave now. See, there's this sod farm straight up ahead here where all that brown is, and I'm parked over there. Like I said, this is in April, so the grass is really getting a lot greener. The trees are getting greener. Everything's starting to look pretty. So that's why I can't wait till this spring. Probably call it quits after this. Just takes us up till April 11th, and I'll pick up another stream and we'll go on from there. We've been on the air here, let's see, 46 minutes. I think, yeah, about 46 minutes. Yeah. It's a 4-lane at 55. It goes up through there. It goes 4-lane all the way clear to almost clear to McMinnville. I'm parked way back by the trees over here. All right, folks. Well, thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Catch you the next time, I guess.